Today I'm going to be showing you how I use bulk create in Adobe Express to create multiple Pinterest pins in a matter of moments. Honestly, using this feature inside of Adobe Express, the sponsor of today's video, will save you time. And you're going to want to stick around to the end because I've got a couple of extra tips and tricks to show you how you can create them really quickly outside of bulk create also. But let's get in and let me show you how to use bulk create inside of Adobe Express. Inside of Adobe Express, we have chosen one of the pins. I really like this one here. We've got coastal walks in Dorset. Now this is a really good place if you ever come to the UK. If you live in the UK, even if you've not been down there, highly recommend it. It's a really lovely place to go. But what we want to do is we want to create some other variations of this. Now what I first did was I went into ChatGPT and I wanted to create variations of this. Now what we're going to have to do is create a CSV for our different lines. So what we've got is we've got line 1, which is the coastal walks area, and I asked it to create variations of that. So we've got that in line 1. And then line 2, we've got those also in here. And then just going to save that down as a CSV. Now I'm using Excel here, but you can also use Google Sheets. As long as you save it down as a CSV, that's what you're going to then need to upload and create those multiple lines really quickly. We're then going to come over to Edit Page. And then in Edit Page, you'll see there's the bulk create feature. In the bulk create feature, we then now want to drag and drop our CSV file. We're going to then just drag and drop our CSV file into here, and that's going to then upload that data for us. We're going to click on Next, and then we're going to click and connect our elements. So we're going to click on the coastal walks here, and we can see we've got that as line 1. I've already done this, which is why it's showing here. And then you click on line 2, and then you click it here and you say that is line 2. For our image, we can also click on the element here, and then we're going to be able to then, once we select the image, we're going to be able to change the image out as well. We're just going to click on Next. And you can see here, it's created our multiple pins. And this is just kind of like a little preview. And yes, we're going to be able to come in and arrange and resort out the text in a few moments. But we want to be able to create and change the images in here as well. So we're going to click on this area here called Add Multiple Assets. Now this is where we're then going to be able to drag and add in our elements or our images. We can either do this from uploads, if you've got them saved to your device, from your libraries, or we can even choose stock photos. And then we're just going to type in here, Jurassic Coast. That's now, all we need to do now is just literally drag each of these images over that we want to use. So we're going to just drag these over and replace each one. And you just go down and you add in your images, and then when you are ready you click done, and then there we go, we now click create pages, and that's our pages created. You can see there these first few here where I replaced the images. I didn't replace the images on all of these, and there we've got our bulk created Pinterest pins in a matter of moments. It's then just a case of coming into our pages and then choosing whether we want to move these things around. We can move them around, change this down to be more down here. If you double click on the image, you can then also reframe the image so that the image is reframed up really nicely. We can also then, as I say, come in, move these assets around. We can select our text and move these around individually to make sure these are all lined up, and even resize them if we want to. But using this bulk create feature saves so much time because all of those are now easily and quickly in there. You can then come in and download those and upload them and ready for your Pinterest, or even share them directly out from here to your Pinterest boards using the scheduler inside of Adobe Express. Now, I did promise that there was another way that I wanted to show you that you can come in and also create some Pinterest pins really quickly. So let's just say we wanted to create a variation of this. If we click on the text here, we can see we've got a rewrite feature inside of Adobe Express. If we click on this rewrite feature, we can then rephrase this. We can shorten it, we can lengthen it, we can make it more inspirational, professional, personal, comical, casual, or academic. I'm going to say let's change this to be inspirational. And then if we click on generate, that's going to give us then 3 ways that we can rephrase this. So we've got top scenic shoreline treks, premier waterfront strolls, and ultimate oceanfront walks. Now, if you just click on one of these, you can choose to just replace it. However, you can also choose to add it in as a page or add all 3 in as pages. If I click on add all 3 in as pages, you can see there now it's actually given us the 3 variations, and all we need to do is come in and sort out those text boxes and sort those out. But it's given us another way that we can create variations of our pins for Pinterest, something which we want to do really quickly inside of Adobe Express. So that's using the bulk create feature inside of Adobe Express and also the rewrite feature inside of Adobe Express to create Pinterest pins really quickly and efficiently. If you want to check this out for yourself, I've put a link to Adobe Express down in the comments below for you to try for 30 days. And if you've got any questions, drop them down there for me also. But until next time, thank you very much and bye for now.